I'm Ryan.
I'm Zeke.
And I'm Matt.
And we are Under the Radar, and you're listening to Honest Brutality.
Created by the people. Created for the people. No holds barred. No punches pulled. Just honest brutality. I don't know what the fuck you guys are thinking, but you don't ever talk about my band again. What's this honest brutality shit anyway?
Honest brutality.
Hey everybody, it's Camarilla from Honest Brutality, and I'm sitting here with my buddies. I have Big Sloppy.
Hello.
Hello, Big Sloppy, and I have Mr. Evil Irk.
That is me.
We have amazing guests on the line right now. We have Zeke, Matt, Ryan of Under the Radar, and they are based out of Memphis, Tennessee. How are you guys doing?
Doing great.
Awesome. Why don't you guys go ahead and introduce yourselves? I know that I just did, but just so we can get a sound of your voices of who you are.
All right, so I'm Ryan Halcomb. I'm the drummer of the band.
I am Zeke Yarbrough, the lead guitarist and lead vocals for the band.
I'm Matt Ireland. I'm the bass guitarist.
Awesome. Thank you guys so much for your time. It's amazing.
Hey guys, right off the shoot, how old are you guys right now?
Yep.
All right, I am 14, actually. I'm in 9th grade.
I'm 13.
And I'm 13.
Wow. All right. Evil and I have been playing music and doing stuff for years and years, and we had this discussion when we had you guys. We actually played your stuff on our radio show. We had this discussion about how it disgusts us, how we're this old and never had as much talent as you little guys at your young age. Driving me crazy. I tell you, I was just watching a video of you guys from a couple years ago. You're playing some outdoor festival, and you're playing Stranglehold.
Oh, my gosh.
And I'm watching Zeke play this riff behind his back in front of this huge crowd. I'm like, are you kidding me?
Exactly. Whoa.
This is crazy, man.
Is that at Cooper Young Festival?
No, that was Kansas.
That was Kansas, yeah.
So, Zeke, when did you start playing the guitar behind your back, man?
Well, I mean, you know, you always see it on YouTube and stuff, you know, like people like Joe Satriani, you know, Ted Nugent does sometimes. So I was just like, you know, why not add some flair? So
wait a second. Zeke, did you just say you're better than Joe Satriani?
No.
When did you guys, each of you, when did you start playing? I mean, you must have started practicing and playing at a very young age.
Yeah, I mean, I was probably I got like this little drum pad thing when I was about 8 years old, and that was about 2 years before I even started playing drums. But I actually started doing lessons and stuff like with a real kit when I was 10. Wow. And I've been playing ever since.
Wow. And you're 14 now.
Yes, sir.
So you've just so you know, in your first 4 years as a musician, you've accomplished a lot more than some guys 4 times your age. All right? So that's pretty awesome, man.
Thanks.
Yeah, keep it up, man. Keep it up.
That is awesome. So, hey, Zeke, what about you as far as vocals and guitar? When did you start dabbling in that?
Started when my grandfather, he actually had a guitar, and he said, Zeke, if you learn to play, I'll give you this. And so that's like a family, you know, like I said, treasure. So I was like, nice. Exactly. So I went to School of Rock, and that's where I met Ryan when I was 9 years old. It was just guitar at first, and then I did a couple songs vocally. And then I came to Under the Radar with Matt, and I was just like, well, we don't have a singer. So I was like, I have a little background, so let me just work on that and build it up. And that's where it all started.
Hey, listen, that's admirable,
awesome.
buddy.
You, yeah.
You know, to play guitar and play it well is one thing, but to play guitar and sing at the same time, I always struggle with that. Yeah. I finally just said, screw it, let's get a real guitar player. I'll just sing. Call it good. And it was too hard.
And then we have Ryan, who's doing the drums and vocals as well. So
yeah.
Wow,
in fact, we saw that Red Hot Chili Peppers cover.
yeah, a while ago.
So, Matt, can you tell us a little bit about how you got into playing the bass?
It all started with a game called Guitar Hero Van Halen.
Yeah. I've never heard of such a thing.
Yeah, right. We still play it.
I know we do. I love it.
Well, my brother got it for an Xbox, and I was just intrigued with it so much. And I was watching, all the animated Van Halen band move around on stage. And that summer, 5th grade in 2015, I was like, you know what? I should just play bass like Wolfie Van Halen. I just started playing.
Wow. It's amazing that you've come together and you've done this. And we strive to find artists in general of all ages that intrigue us. And we were going through, and when you hit our radar, forgive the pun, I was absolutely taken aback. I mean, let's just get this out of the way. There is a certain novelty factor to the fact that you're young. However, that aside, you guys are very good at what you do.
Right.
Your songwriting is great. Now, is that something that you do, that you write, or do you have someone help you write? I mean, is this all you when you're doing it? How does that work?
I mean, there's a big thanks to the man behind the camera named Todd Poole. You know, he helps us. He helps us mature as a band. You know, I remember when we first started, we were just doing covers, and then we came up with a couple songs and took them to Todd, and he was like, "Well, hold on." And then our first practice with Todd, we wrote a song on our album called "Over Again."
It's funny.
We were just listening to that.
We were just listening to that, and I was telling Sloppy, I said, they sound like ZZ Top in the flavor, but the energy is just over the top. That's a great song. It's actually one of my favorites.
Thank you. And it just took off from there, and we loved how Todd worked. He was down to earth, you know, very mature, and he helped us a lot.
Well, that's
awesome.
See, you guys you're in Memphis, and Memphis is more, you know, they're known for blues and whatnot in that area. I can't imagine there's a huge rock scene in Memphis. Am I wrong in saying that?
I mean, there's some good bands, you know. Saliva, we actually opened for them.
Who?
Who are they?
No, just kidding.
You have a lot there with Todd in your court helping you because he's a very accomplished gentleman. In fact, he was affiliated with Saliva at one time. Is that not correct?
Yes, sir.
What a cool thing. It would be very easy for someone to latch on to you guys because of your talent. And like I said, the novelty factor, which we don't want to thrive too much on here.
Yeah.
I know.
But we're really excited to see where you end up in the next, let's say, decade. As you continue to mature and grow. Yeah. And you're getting a lot of recognition. I see it snowballing. Let's be honest. As soon as I saw you and we were having a conversation here about the bands that we were going to talk to and stuff, I said, if we don't talk to these guys, we are absolutely stupid. They're going to be huge.
Yeah.
I guess my question would be, where do you see yourselves as a band 5 years from now?
Man, I mean, I think that personally, really we're just going to kind of let it go where the road takes us. I mean, we're working as hard as we can right now. And I think that we don't necessarily have a huge vision for what we're going to be like. And we're not going to, we don't really have a huge thought of what we're going to be, but we're trying as hard as we can. We're doing as much as we possibly can. So, you know, it's just wherever the road takes us.
That's awesome. I like that. That's an amazing answer.
That was a very mature answer.
It is, right? I think he's more mature than you are, Sloppy.
Shut up. He is.
He definitely is.
So your band was founded in 2014, and not even a month later, you guys did your first show. That is crazy. So tell me about that moment when you guys stepped on stage of your very first show. What were you feeling? Let's do this one at a time. So I'm just going to go down my list here. Zeke, you go first if you don't mind.
All right. Well, you know, first of all, it was our first show. We were very, very pumped. We were prepared. You know, we sat down, we had our songs set out, and we just worked and worked and worked. And I think that's carried over a lot since our first show, and that's what we strive to be, is a very prepared and a very nice work ethic band, if that's a word.
Yeah,
it is now.
It is now,
yes.
It is now a Zekeism.
Exactly.
Right. You know, it was crazy because we didn't expect much from that show. I mean, it was just a base for where we go, and it turned out amazing. So we really loved that moment.
Awesome. What about you, Matt? How did it feel stepping on that stage for the first time?
It was different because it was the first time I'd played with Zeke and Ryan on stage in public.
Wow.
And it was in like a parking lot, and it was during this little festival that goes on during that time in the fall. And there weren't that many people there when we played our first couple songs, but by the end, when we finished out with Stranglehold, the entire parking lot was filled.
Awesome.
Yeah.
That must have been.
I'm getting the goosebumps.
I got it too.
Right?
Yeah. Sweet, man.
Yeah.
We're all sitting here with goosebumps. That is amazing. Thank you so much for sharing that. And Ryan, how about you? How did that feel for you?
I think that stepping on for the first couple of minutes, it was kind of scary, but at the same time, the first 2 years of me playing, at that point, I did school rock, and I was in a couple of shows with Zeke, so I was used to performing on the stage, but me just going on for the first time, I was kind of nervous, and we played, like Matt said, the first couple songs, and there weren't really that many people there. But then as the set progressed and like all the hard work that we had for that little short period of time before the show, all that hard work, it just kind of, as the set went on, it felt like person by person started showing up, and that by the end of the set, there were like the whole parking lot was filled. Yeah. So it was awesome to see that, and I think that first show really kind of showed that like we have something going on, and that like it was awesome. And then from cool. Felt like, we need to actually keep this going. So
right, it definitely would have fueled your fire. So how long after that did you guys come up with your EP, your self-titled EP that you guys have out there?
It was actually a while, mainly because we had our first manager. And we had our first manager for the first year of us being a band, and then we found Todd a year after that. Uh-huh. And so after we found Todd, we kind of started writing songs, but at this point we were still playing cover songs at our shows and stuff. And so then we actually wrote our first EP, I would say maybe
pretty quick.
A year. Yeah, pretty quick, like a year and a half. Yeah, probably 4 months of us being with Todd.
That's pretty amazing. That's quite accomplished, guys.
That's pretty quick.
Yeah, they're on it. See, Slavy's over here like.
Well, we talked to a lot of bands, and it takes them the better part of a year and a half to write the stuff, let alone go into the studio, record it, mix it, and master it.
Yeah.
And by the way, the production value on that album or on that EP is very, very good. Yeah. So
thanks, Todd.
We'll drag Todd into this thing too. We just recently spoke with another group of young men out of New York. And Unlocking the Truth, and they're also young artists, and very cool kids. The thing that I asked them, and I don't know that it had quite affected their thought process yet, and I want to see if it does you. Similar question, a little bit different, but we all know that there's a lot of child actors, child stars, child musicians, people that get started young, and their lives don't turn out quite so good because of the notoriety and the fame and all of that comes with it. Does that concern you guys at all? Are you aware of that? How do you feel about that?
Yes, we're very aware of that, but our parents, and Todd and the support system, it's just so great. Like, we didn't expect it coming into this, but our support system is great. And it just affects us in a big way. And I think that's where the work ethic comes in, and we being so prepared in every show. And I think personally we could go far.
You're going
to go far for sure.
Hey, I'm digging you. I'm liking it even more by the minute. So listen, I noticed you guys are in some competition to open for Bon Jovi or something. What's going on with that? What's that all about?
It's a competition. You can check it out on Facebook or our page, Under the Radar Memphis.
And his.
Yeah. And it's like you said, a competition for Open for Bon Jovi. It's at the FedEx Forum March 16th. And we just entered it. We're trying to get back on the road, trying to get our shows planned out for 2017. And that's a good one to open. So hopefully we get that.
So real quick on this contest. So we have some buddies, another band that has one of these going on, and it's all social media driven. So is it one of those things where I can put it on my Facebook as well as our other Facebook pages and blast it out there to get votes for you? Is it a social media voting system? How?
Well, this is Bobby. It's not really a voting thing. The way it's going to work is, a bunch of bands put up their videos at all these different pages and all the different cities. And then Live Nation is actually going to cut down to 10 for each city. And then the band Bon Jovi is going to pick the one for each one. But with that said, because it said in the rules that it wasn't a voting thing or whatever, But with that said, we do like all the publicity, and we've been trying to share it and get it out there. And they've got well over 500 likes on their video.
So
alone.
we blow up Bon Jovi.
That's right.
That's what we do. We go after old Bon Jovi and say, "Hey, listen here, pal."
Yeah, right.
We are honest brutality.
Yeah, we say so. Yeah. No, we'll help you out for sure with that. Absolutely.
Yeah, that is awesome. Thank you.
Might give you a little push.
A little one.
Come on, get out of here.
So you say you're getting ready to go on tour or plan out your 2017 shows. How is touring for you guys? How logistically is that difficult for you?
Yeah, you've got school and whatnot, right?
They're mostly on the weekends, so we have those weeks. Normally Tuesday nights we come to practice, and we just try to work it out. We have some big shows in the works. Like really big, and that we're very excited for.
So can you tell us about them?
Oh,
he's getting the zip your lip. Zip your lip.
Don't say that. It's not official yet. It's not official yet.
Well, keep us in the loop because we would definitely love to, put that out there, blast it on all of our social media, and get that going for you guys.
Yeah, as soon as they're confirmed, we'll let y'all know.
Please do. That's
Absolutely.
Awesome. Go ahead, Sloppy. What do you have to say?
I forgot.
Well, I'll tell you what. Do you guys see yourselves performing any? I know that you're doing a lot of stuff in your region. Do you see anything on the West Coast coming your way?
Zip. Throw away the key.
Okay. Well, the reason I ask is wholly and purely selfish because we would love to come out and get to witness you make your magic live. That would be amazing.
Yeah,
would love to.
Hey. So you guys, you say you only practice one night a week?
Twice.
2 nights. Okay.
We either practice on Saturdays or Sundays during the day.
Okay. 1 day a week's for quitters. All right. You guys got to man up and go twice a week.
How do you guys balance school and the band?
Well, we pretty much. Most of our shows are usually on the weekends, but what we'll usually do is, we have practice on Tuesdays, kind of towards the nighttime, and sometimes Wednesdays occasionally. But it's usually not too hard of a thing to balance it with the school, simply because most of our shows are on the weekends. So yeah.
I heard that. That's awesome.
What do your peers think about you guys?
I don't like them at all.
Yeah.
So do they treat you differently? Do they treat you like stars, or do they just treat you like, just another one of the kids at the schools?
Well, peers meaning who?
Your students.
Fellow students. Our friends?
Your fellow classmates and friends and what have you.
Right. They're obviously aware of it. I go outside, I play football, all your normal kid stuff. But then I'm very focused on the music too. So I we kind of conversate about that. They think it's really cool. I think that goes for all three of us.
Cool. Well, I was going to ask you about
awesome.
that because I know you guys are in a band and that takes up a lot of time, man. It takes a lot of dedication. But you guys are young and there's still regular kid stuff you want to do. Zeke, or which one of you guys said you play football?
Zeke, yes.
Zeke. All right, what position are you playing, buddy?
Oh, quarterback.
I should have known.
This guy, he's like, well,
Let's see.
So do all you guys have other activities outside of just the band, or do you guys, what do you like to do? Because you guys are, you're in Memphis. You like to hunt, fish, any of that stuff?
I actually take a odd interest in Rubik's Cubes.
That's awesome.
Please do tell.
It's good, man.
Do you do the time challenges?
Yeah, the best I've ever gotten is 22 seconds.
What?
Oh my God.
It takes me longer than that to peel the stickers and put them on the right color.
He does that too. It's not a joke.
Oh my gosh.
20. All right, is that for real? Can you do a Rubik's Cube in 22 seconds?
That's my best time. I average around 35 seconds.
Oh, you know what?
Yeah, so you're gonna.
How are you at arm wrestling? Come on.
What you're gonna have to do is do a video and put it on your Facebook so we can see.
Yeah,
that's amazing.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
Check out these nimble fingers.
Right.
That's pretty cool, man.
Oh my gosh. So hey, check it out, guys. I have two daughters, one 12 years old and one 14 years old. And so this morning I was sitting there and we do our homework on bands and whatnot. And the girls have heard your music because we've been playing the heck out of it here. And so I called my 12-year-old over and I said, hey, do you have any questions for these guys? You know, because it's really cool to be able to ask your peer, you know, people the same age as you, a question as far as they're concerned. So she says, explain what it is like to meet your fans. So if we can start and just go down the list here, Zeke, can you answer that for her?
I mean, you know, we love fans. You know, obviously, you know, they're the big part of the support system as well. You know, like you said, the Bon Jovi thing on Facebook, you know, it's really, really good right now. You know, it's thriving. It's the fans, you know, they help us a lot, you know, and meeting them. I mean, it's great just to see their reaction to these little, you know, 13-year-old slobs just playing on stage, you know. They're like, get out. And I'm just like, yes, that's awesome. So we all sign our CDs and, you know, the normal stuff.
That is cool.
Yeah. Matt, Ryan, do you have anything to add to that?
It's
the girls, man.
Yeah.
What's that?
He says it's the girls. Yeah.
That was the next question.
It is actually. It is. It's leading to the next question. That's so funny.
Do you guys have girlfriends?
Exactly. Well, and there's one after that.
Well, let them talk here. Yeah. Okay. See, I got these kids are bigger kids than you guys. This is what I have to deal with. Anyway, go ahead.
It got quiet when I asked that question, by the way.
Go ahead, Matt. Tell them about your chicks.
There's a few little girls that kind of there's groupies and just trying.
That's so awesome.
I wish I could see your faces. You guys got to be turning red right now.
I know, right?
Awesome.
Red. So that's funny that you should say that because I asked the same question of my 14-year-old daughter. I said, hey, we're going to be talking to these guys. You have a question? You want me to ask them? And she's like, no questions. But she's all, I just want to be all their best friends.
I think I heard the word single come up, but that's, that's
so awesome. Good for you guys, though.
So one thing I took away from watching your videos, both your some of your personal videos and your band videos, I was actually not only impressed with your abilities to play your instruments, and or your ability to write songs and perform them so well. But I'm really impressed with your showmanship and your stage presence.
Yeah.
Now,
really, it's mature.
Amazing.
Is that something you guys worked on, or is that a natural? Is that just you being you out there?
It's pretty much just natural, honestly. I mean, we just kind of do whatever we feel like in the moment, and we just have fun on stage. We're not really too worried about trying to be like robots and like come up with like specific moves or anything. We're just all about having fun.
Yeah, they're not taking it serious. I mean, too serious. Well, you have to a certain extent, but that's awesome.
I don't know. Homeboy behind the drums looks pretty serious, but I get that because I'm a drummer. He's pretty focused. He's got his lasers on. And then Zeke, dude, I could see you in a few years with like leather pants and just going crazy, man, because you've got it. And then it's just so cool to watch. You guys are all such great showmen. That's an amazing thing. Do not let that go.
Yeah.
That latch onto that because you guys just are so entertaining to watch.
Thank you.
Hey, question. You guys are obviously a rock band. You've been influenced by rock, and like I say, the Memphis area and being in Tennessee, period. I mean, that's country music, man. And I noticed you have label mates that are an all-girl country group, and you guys are inundated with country music all the time. Do you guys, and I know you even play a little Charlie Daniels on stage, what actually led you guys to get into rock instead of going towards the country venue?
You always have like your skateboarders who listen to that punk rock kind of thing.
Yeah.
I think it's just this age, you know, we just like it. I don't know. I mean, our parents always listened to it, you know, they got us into it. And I think it's just that rebellious kind of attitude.
Yeah.
Not to our parents, you know, we're trying to be nice to our parents, but.
You're the most respectful rebel I've ever met in my life, sir.
That's amazing.
I think it's just this like 13-year-old getting into those stages of life where you're just like, I just want to have fun, you know?
Yeah. Right. Yeah. Absolutely. So, you know, I actually have kind of a serious question for you, Zeke. as you get older in age, your voice is going to be changing. And how do you feel about that? Do you have a little bit of fear about it? Are you taking vocal lessons that you will continue to take to foster that voice and to learn it constantly?
Well, I think you just have to start with my dad. He has a relatively low voice. And when I started, I sounded like a girl. I was his.
We've all been there, buddy.
I'm 15 years old, so it's kind of dropping a little bit, and I'm working my tail off every day. Like, I'm under the weather right now, but any other day I would be, striving, warming up my voice every day, singing every day, just trying to get that strength up.
I think it's pretty interesting that your guys' list of influences run very deep. I think that might have to be attributed to your parents' influence. I mean, for instance, one of the videos that I saw that caught me off guard, it was actually, I think the second video I saw was you guys performing a song by Rush. And not everybody has the cojones to do that in the first place.
Right.
But secondly, for that to be an influence for you is actually pretty interesting to me, because most people your age don't have any idea who those artists are.
Yeah, right, Getty Zeke?
Some people our age don't even know who they are. Getty Zeke.
So tell us a little bit about that if you want to. I mean, who are your current modern influences and who are your classic influences and why?
I mean, I have a lot of influences coming through, like a lot of different type of bands and stuff. I mean, a lot of my influences, like Neil Peart from Rush, is a huge influence. I have also drummers like Mitch Mitchell.
Oh yeah.
Chad Smith, Taylor Hawkins.
There you go.
Even Dave Grohl from Nirvana. I mean,
yeah.
Even Dave Grohl is like the greatest out there right now.
I'm a huge Dave Grohl fan, dude. I love that guy.
Yeah.
I think that's the guy that all rock stars should look to be, because he's just a great human.
Yeah.
He's got it. He's pretty much got everything. He's just a man.
My most favorite bass player of all time is Geddy Lee from Rush.
Oh, sweet.
Wow.
So, I mean, I wanted to play the Rush songs because I really wanted to try to play some Rush because I like Geddy Lee in the band.
Nice.
Yeah.
And from that, having Geddy Lee is like my most powerful influence. It really like propels me to like try to be a little bit more intricate in my playing.
Okay. Yeah.
All the time.
Right. How about like Billy Sheehan and Jacob Pastorius and those guys?
Billy Sheehan's my second favorite.
There we go.
You know what? He was my favorite when I was your age.
Yeah.
And that was a long time
That's a true statement.
It is true.
We were just having a conversation about Billy Sheehan, actually.
Yeah, absolutely.
Just a little bit ago.
Yeah. We used to listen when they were in a band called Talus from New York back in the early 80s.
And we were listening to
early 80s. That's how old I am, pal.
Scrubby demo cassettes. Have you guys ever seen those? They're actually little tapes. They're neat.
The guys in the background, they're laughing. They're like,
well, it's true. My kids don't know what the hell they are.
Oh, yeah. Right.
Moving on. Influences.
Yeah. Mine, very big, is Stevie Ray Vaughan.
Oh, yes,
nice.
Amazing.
A lot of emotion into his playing.
Yes, sir.
And, second has to be Eddie Van Halen,
Oh, yeah.
He's all right.
Shut up.
And incorporating that blues, but like inventing it in a new way,
Yeah.
Hey, you ever listen to Randy Rhoads much? The old Aussie stuff?
Yeah. Heck yeah. That's one of our original covers, was Crazy Train.
Oh, well, come on. That's a go-to, of course. But Randy Rhoads is my all-time favorite musician. And a lot of times I hear people still reference him today. And he had a short career. And I was just wondering if he had any kind of influence on you at all.
I mean, it's just history, I think every guitar player, they have something to do with history. He was a very big part, and I looked at him for that, kind of like thrashy kind of tone. He's very good at that. And a lot more.
He was pretty much a prodigy. When he was actually your age is when he was starting to get discovered. And that's kind of why I brought that one up, because he was, like I say, when he was 11, 13 years old, he was tearing it up. And that's where you're at right now. It's pretty impressive.
It is impressive.
And you said modern influences, I've been listening to a band called Shallow Side a lot. and they're releasing their album very soon, or they might have already done it. I'm actually not sure, but they're a great band. They have kind of like a country aspect to them as well, like you said, Tennessee.
Yeah.
And we played with them in Clarksville actually, and they're a great band. They have like a power kind of aspect to them, and that's a great modern influence.
Yeah. Let's get to know you guys.
It's about to get real here.
Apart from the band, I want to know what is on your guys' playlist. Like, so your music rotation right now. What are you guys listening to?
Actually, I've been listening to a lot of Red Hot Chili Peppers. I went to their concert here in Memphis about 2 weekends ago. 3 weekends ago. But, yeah, I mean, I went to their concert, and I'm like a huge Red Hot Chili Peppers fan, and so I've kind of been listening to them a lot recently.
Mm-hmm.
I've listened to a lot of Foo Fighters, and even this band called 21 Pilots.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of them. Yeah, I really like their drummer named Josh Dunn.
Awesome.
I like his stage presence.
Yeah.
I really like him. But
yeah, he's a very interesting fella.
Yeah, those are probably the main drummers I'm listening to, or just bands.
What about the rest of you guys?
On my phone, mainly, I listen to like the 80s rock, like Pink Floyd, and like a dabble in a little bit of Kiss and stuff.
Wow.
Really?
Your parents are amazing. Yeah. Good job, guys. Kudo to all the parents.
Right now, I'm listening to a lot of Todd's music, actually, 714.
Okay, yeah.
There's one song in particular called Stand Alone. That's just a great song right there. And yeah, he's influenced me a lot, too, with his vocals. I mean, it's...
So another question is who is the top band or celebrity that you guys are following on social media?
Probably Zach Myers, let's say. He's definitely really good. We actually went to a tour benefit probably about a month or two ago.
Uh-huh.
He played there, and Zeke got a picture with him. He's a really cool guy. So
that's awesome.
Yeah.
Who do you guys really hope that you get a chance to meet?
Going right back to Red Hot Chili Peppers, I told Ryan, I was at the concert actually with Ryan, and I told him afterward, dude, that's a band we got to open for.
There you go.
That's awesome.
They're kind of quirky, but they have that energy.
They're awesome.
They are. That Chad Smith's just amazing.
Oh, he's awesome. He's insane. He's, without a doubt, probably my favorite drummer of all time.
He's a lot of fun to watch, too.
So what is your guys' favorite memory so far in your journey?
Our biggest memory for me is probably just opening up for Kansas, because that was, without a doubt, like, for the time we were playing, I mean, that was the first year we were a band, and we just opened up for them at such a big, just Snowden Grove here in Memphis is an awesome venue, and the fact that we got to play on that stage, like, within the first year we were a band is just insane, and I mean, that is just a huge memory for me and the rest of the guys, too, so.
Is that the gig where you're on stage playing behind your back up on that big old stage there?
Yeah. And then the next year we opened up for 38 Special.
Oh, wow. That's so cool.
Right, and you guys have also opened up for LA Guns and Saliva as well.
Yes, ma'am, we have. 38 Special was also our album release party.
That's so cool.
Where we came out with our EP.
That's so awesome.
What's the one venue that you hope to play in the next few years?
Madison Square Garden.
There you go.
Shout it out.
Yeah.
That's so awesome.
I'd love to see you guys fill the Garden up and just put on one hell of a show. You guys are so awesome, so cool. And I got to tell you, we talk to artists all ages, all over the world, and I don't know that we've had a more articulate, respectful, understanding group of gentlemen on the phone. It's amazing.
It is amazing.
Good job, guys.
We have shock collars on them.
Perfect. You know what? I think I'm going to have to invest in a few of those because it's working.
Yeah, for me and Sloppy.
Yeah, exactly.
You're sitting behind the computer, holding up dry erase board signs, writing everything down. We're just reading everything.
Busted, you guys just got called out.
Hey guys, is there anything that we didn't talk about today that you would like to talk about?
Actually, we have some big plans for a new record.
Okay, let's talk about it.
Yeah, tell us about it.
We have a lot of songs actually under our belt. We're just trying to, make them better every day, every practice. So we're hoping to get in the studio real soon, next weekend.
Have you guys recorded any of them yet, or you just
2 of them? Yeah, I think our plan is we're gonna kind of record 2 at a time to kind of, instead of going in and recording all of them at once,
right?
2 at a time, so we can focus on each one.
So you've already recorded 2.
Yes, sir.
Okay, and when am I going to get that MP3?
Come on.
Yeah, definitely.
By the time we record all of them, they should be good to go.
We'll send them some.
Yeah.
When you guys are done and ready to drop it, let us know. I mean, if you want to do an exclusive on Rock Rage Radio as well as Honest Brutality, then we would love to do that for you guys. Get it out there.
We'll make sure you guys get. We'll make sure you guys get the first exclusive.
Oh, Thank you, sir. That's so cool.
We'll make sure we make you popular. How's that?
Sounds good.
That sounds great.
Sounds like a new.
So the new album, is there a theme? Did you guys sit down and collectively write a group of songs and then choose from that, or have you been kind of writing as you're going along?
I mean, we're pretty much just kind of writing out songs. We're trying to write out enough songs instead of just writing out. Basically, we're going to be coming out with, I believe, an 8 song.
I think we're going to do 8.
Yeah, 8 song albums, and we're kind of writing out more than 8. And basically, what we're going to do is we're going to pick the best 8 out of the collection of songs that we have. To just try to make it the best it can possibly be, because we want it to be a good record. So that's
going to be a great record.
Yeah. We're gonna make it.
I love it.
My personal, kind of objective for this new album is show maturity and growth since our last one. That's a big thing. I think we've been thinking about, just trying to show the growth.
You got a little more to talk about now than you used to.
Right.
Well, yeah.
Right.
And I think it's important that people take you seriously, as we spoke to earlier, not look at you as a novelty, but take you serious as musicians.
Exactly. That's where the maturity comes in, like just sitting down, being very serious about it, trying to make it, compete with the big dogs.
Well, I think they're going to have to compete with you in the near future.
Exactly.
Let me ask you this. The recording process when you go into the studio, do you guys have a formula that you like to follow, or is it kind of that the producers just kind of help and guide you along?
I mean, it's a little bit of both. I would say that we usually go in and we try to get the drums down first, then the bass and the guitar usually go second. That way,
we actually flip those normally. Then, if you don't mind, I'd like to step in on this.
Absolutely.
We kind of do it a little bit different, and I started doing it this way. So usually a lot of people cut the drums and then they'll cut the bass. So you got the rhythm down. So Jimmy Fulp and I, this Todd, by the way, we like to flip it and we do the drums. And Ryan is absolutely amazing with a click track. So he usually gets his drum tracks down. I mean, he always asks to do another one, but usually we're like high-fiving on the first one.
That's impressive, because a click track is a real booger. If you've never done it, ladies and gentlemen, trust Evil on this one. It's tough.
He plays with a click live too, which is really impressive to me. But we'll usually go in and do the drums, and then we like to do a rhythm guitar before we do the bass.
Like a scratch track?
That allows the bass player to actually feel what the song is, and I think we get a little bit better movement.
Yeah.
And so far it's worked. And I will say that these boys or these young men are absolutely a joy to work with. And I think that we have a very fresh new CD coming out. It doesn't sound like an extension of the first one. It does sound like it's pretty fresh, and I think we got some hot songs on this one. So
I'm so excited right now.
I know, it's so amazing. And when did you say that you guys were looking to be done with it and dropping it?
We'll have it out this year. I think we're going to, we've got some plans. We might get Justin Reimer to mix this. We actually have a meeting after this about some things, but we've tracked a few songs, but out of all those, I think 2 of them are really, really strong. And then we did a cover of this won't probably be on the CD, but it turned out really good to be a single. We did a cover of Surrender by Cheap Trick that turned out really good.
Wow. Really?
Interesting choice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And but I think we're going in the studio next Saturday. So hopefully we can get I think for the majority of it, I think the songs are pretty much there. So hopefully in the next few months we'll have everything tracked. And so as soon as we get maybe a test track and a feeler of one of the songs mixed down, we'll send it to you and let you get a feel of what the new record's going to be.
Thank you.
Oh, I love that. That's awesome.
When you guys are out there doing these shows and you're playing with these other artists that have been very accomplished and have careers and have done it for a long time, are you treated with respect?
Yeah,
Yes.
we are.
Yes.
We are. A lot more respect than most people would think. But yeah, we get treated with a lot of respect through lots of musicians and stuff. So we're really thankful for that. So
I think it's one of those things where they look at it like you talked about, where at first it's a novelty. Mm-hmm. Then you get about 3 songs in and you're like, well,
it's the real deal.
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
This isn't a bunch of kids goofing off and it's cute. This isn't the Brady Bunch here. This is a rock band.
Right.
The first, when they first opened up for Kansas, Rich Williams, the original guitar player, he stayed on stage watching the boys for about 3/4 of their set and was just blown away. Mm-hmm. And, but the biggest thing that he said, to their credit, at the end of the night was that he's never met a group of kids that were so polite, so respectful.
He kicked his ass.
And
Yes.
He was videotaping, backstage war pigs and all that stuff. He was in awe. He was flipping out.
Same thing with 38 Special set on the side of the stage. I will say something funny though, because to answer that question, there is a flip side to it. We did a show with my old band Saliva, and Wayne Sweeney got us the gig in Clarksville, and there's about 6 bands on the bill, and they stacked the back lines, right? So at sound check and stuff, the bands were like, I heard a few of them going, well, what are these kids doing up here? I mean, they're like direct support for Saliva. I mean, what's up with that? And you could tell, and I got it a little bit. They're a little older guys, and they were like, what are we doing? I mean, look at these little guys. What are they, like 10?
Yeah.
Yes, they are.
So right at the last minute, I ran up to them right before we went on, and I said, set change, we're opening with War Pigs. And they opened with the siren going off, and you could see people starting to migrate towards the stage. And I mean, when they came out, that place went nuts.
Awesome.
After the show, those guys were coming up to the band and saying, hey, I doubted you guys when y'all first, but we are believers. We are fans.
Perfect.
You guys rock. And I think all the guys felt really good that they were accepted, So
Absolutely.
Good.
I thank you for that story. That's awesome.
Yeah, well, that's why I asked, because even in our industry, we work really hard, and then we'll be backstage somewhere, and we're not always treated with a lot of respect by everybody. And then other people are so humble and cool, you just never know what to expect. So being such a young artist,
until you're going to play their stuff on the radio, and then they start kissing.
Oh yeah. They were their best friend.
Thank you so much, Under the Radar. Gentlemen, you were wonderful, fantastic guests. Thank you so much for taking your time today. We really appreciate you.
We just want to thank you for having us on here, by the way. We really appreciate it.
Absolutely, guys. You're welcome back anytime, all the time. Yeah. In fact, we'd like to have you back and maybe just do like a fun panel conversation in the future.
Yeah. That's awesome. Sounds
awesome. We'll sit around and just talk about music like we do and laugh. In the meantime, how do we get our audience to you? How do they find you? What are your social medias? What are you on? What is your website? How do they find you guys?
Facebook is probably the biggest thing that we're trying to promote right now is Under the Radar Memphis on Facebook.
Awesome.
Okay, so go to Under the Radar Memphis and find these young gentlemen. Yeah. You also have some videos on YouTube, correct?
Yeah, our YouTube is actually UTR Memphis, and our Twitter is UTR Memphis as well as our Instagram.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, blow these guys up. Show them some love. Check them out. Poke them. Prod them, get them talking to you, and show some support and some love for Under the Radar. Guys, we normally play a song on the back of these conversations. Is there a single that you would like us to put on here?
Yeah, sure. Why not? Under the Radar by Under the Radar. From Under the Radar.
All right. That sounds fantastic. What a fantastic conversation with a young gentleman from Under the Radar.
Oh, my God.
You know,
blown away.
Here's what got me. And a lot of times we talk to younger people. Like my son is a great example. Well, shut up. My son is 16, and I talk to him constantly, and it's always one-word answers. Yep. No. What? Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
These guys were full of energy and excited to talk.
And sans the attitude as well. Very respectful.
Articulate. Yeah. Oh, it's just amazing.
Take note, ladies and gentlemen, on how to raise your children.
I can't wait to have my son listen to this. See, that's how you respond to somebody, son.
Whatever.
Do you hear him say, sir? Thank you.
Exactly.
Well,
ma'am?
Hands down, a fantastic act. We cannot wait to see what they're going to do with the future, especially the new album that's in the works. That's exciting stuff. And we can't wait to bring you that material as it's released to us.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You can check them out on all of their socials. Go over, give them some love. In the meantime, we really appreciate you tuning in and listening to us. And you can find all things Honest Brutality at honestbrutality.com. Follow us on all of our socials as well. We are on the Instagram, the Twitter, the Facebook. It's really important, no matter where you get your content, that you do us a few favors if you can. Like, rate, review. That really helps us a lot, especially in the iTunes department. Keeps us relevant.
Yes, it does. For whatever reason.
I triple dog dare you to review it. I quadruple dog, and nobody's ever gone for the quadruple dog.
That's a dirty dog dare.
That is a dirty dog dare.
You can also call us and leave us a message if you'd like.
Yeah, please do. 530-962-0411. If you have a question that you need to parlay to Under the Radar.
In the meantime, be good people, be good humans, and most importantly,
stay metal!
Stay metal.
Here's some Under the Radar.